Depression is a growing problem in the United States today. The lifetime incidence of clinical depression is about 25%. However, most people who experience depression will do so in a mild or moderate form, and Dr. Jeffrey Rossman, who's the Director of Life Management at Canyon Ranch and also a clinical psychologist with his own private practice, has written a book that gets to the heart of this, The Mind, Body, Mood Solution. And Dr. Rossman is here with us today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Carrie.
And can you talk about what prompted you to write this book?
Yes. Over the last 25 years, I've worked with many people who've suffered from depression. And what I've found is that when they're able to engage in practices that help to address their physical functioning as well as their psychological functioning, they recover more rapidly and their recovery is more long-lasting than if we only focus on one aspect. And so the program that I've created is one that's comprehensive. It's a mind-body approach to overcoming depression.
Well, we can get to the elements of the book in a moment, but maybe we could start by talking about the incidence of depression in the United States in general. Why it seems as though that has been on the rise, as you point out in the book. Why is that?
We're really living in an age of depression. And over the last 50 years, the rate of depression has been doubling every 10 years. It really has to do with the way that we live. Our modern American lifestyle is really out of sync with the way that we were designed by nature to live. For thousands of years, human beings lived outdoors, engaging in physical labor with other people. And our modern American lifestyle today involves much time indoors, in isolation, not getting sunlight, and not engaging in physical activity. Our modern American diet is also not a very healthy one when it comes to maintaining a positive mood.
How does the book help to address those various elements that you just pointed out? The book talks about an assessment. Can you talk to me about that?
Yes. Before starting the program, there's a readiness assessment that you can take to determine which aspects of the program are likely to be most helpful for you. You'll answer questions about your current lifestyle, your diet, your exercise, your sleep, your ways of thinking, so that you can really be able to pinpoint where you can best put your time and energy to get the most out of the program.
When you talk about a baseline, maybe we could even take it back a step further and look at, say I'm experiencing a certain level of unhappiness in my life, and I think, well, I'm just not as up as I have been. How can I look at my own self, my own sort of mood, and determine, or ask the question of myself, am I depressed? Am I sad? Am I down? How do I gauge that for myself?
There's an assessment that you would take at the beginning of the program. It's a 20-item depression assessment that will give you an idea of your baseline level of depression. You can then take that assessment every 2 weeks to track your progress as you move through the program.
So then really it allows you to see some immediate results or some sense of results as you move through the program.
Yes, it's really helpful to be able to monitor your progress so you can determine what's working, what's not working, and then make some modifications along the way.
If I take the assessment and I determine, I am mild to moderately depressed, should I go and seek the support of a therapist to use this book in tandem with, or can I just read the book on my own and find some practical results from this?
The program in the book can be a good complement to the work that you do in therapy. Working with a therapist can really help you to address personal issues that may be at the root of your difficulty. In addition, with the book, you'll learn healthy lifestyle practices that can boost your mood, skills that you can implement in your life that can work very nicely with the insights and the changes you're making through your personal therapy.
So when we're looking at society as a whole, talking about depression as really something that has had a social stigma attached to it, is there another way to look at or understand depression that might be less detrimental to people?
Yes, there is. For some people who are suffering from serious clinical depression, that illness concept can be tremendously helpful for their getting the help that they need. However, for many people who are suffering from mild or moderate depression, the medical illness model may not be the best way of understanding depression. For them, understanding depression as a signal that something in their life is out of balance and that needs to change can be much more empowering.